So the next section talks about your views on people on the IT in the IT industry, right? So the pressure of being agile, C-level executives surveys are calling agility the most important characteristic of a successful organization. But what exactly does that mean, and how does it apply to IT professionals?
Right. See, agility is the most relevant thing for IT industry.
Okay.
Right, because here things change with the new technology that comes in. Right. So if you look at how software was being served till 10 years back, it was more on the on-premise models with all hardware and software being installed, and now everything is cloud driven. Agility definitely is very relevant and very important aspect, because if you look at companies like Amazon, they started off as retail stores, and their IT structure was so good that they went into the cloud business.
Okay.
Right, and their cloud business is the most successful one right now.
Right.
So that company was agile enough to move into a new business, seeing the opportunity.
Right.
So same thing here. So if I take the these tools and the skill sets which are relevant for the IT person, 5 years down the line they will be irrelevant, or the supply will be so huge that you need to improvise on it, learn new things and come out. So agility is definitely one of the most important aspect for the organizations plus the individuals.
Okay. Flexi timings and work from home. What's your take on it?
I have actually used these both. And, so my last 3 years with Tech Mahindra, I was working from home.
Okay.
They have a lot of good flexibility there. So again, see, it's about the trust and the working culture that you build. Till your work gets clearly defined and your deliverables are met in that manner. I think working from home is one very good aspect, particularly for a country like India, where a lot of time you spend on the road, traveling, right? So that 2-3 hours of the day you save there. So I think it should be promoted. It should, working from home should be promoted. Occasional meetings should be there so that the continuity continues.
Is there.
So it's a good thing. Flexi hours also, because what happens, right? Lot of activities in the day are dependent on you being there in person and conducting that activity. But flexibility in the hours of work gives you that benefit. Okay, so you do this work as well as you finish your work.
Okay. Now, though this should not be a trend and it should be a given, the playing should be set according to the talent and not gender. Where are we in terms of gender equality at workplace?
So in general, if you look at where India has moved, I think past 10 years, if you take, not just gender equality but equality in general has improved to a much better level now. So gender, again, I find that particularly 10 years to now, we have improved huge in terms of opportunities and trust that the women have established, and the success that they have got across the globe. So that, I think, it will further improve, and the equality term itself should not be used to now evaluate where we are in terms of equality. It should become it is already there, and it should get irrelevant as we move forward. So whether it is gender, and I think India has done very well on the caste part as well. So in today's world in India, it is almost like 5-10% of what it existed 10-15 years back.
Interesting. Where do you think are the Indian companies in terms of focus on mental health of their employees?
Yes, so I think this is an important aspect, and I'm seeing that Reliance, it is very well focused and taken care of. Otherwise also, the larger companies have started to understand this aspect and also help employees look at these things, managing stress, consulting doctors, the counseling part. Those things are now becoming, because what happens, right, particularly in the IT industry, there's a lot of unsaid stress, right, of deliverables, of multiple things, and this mental health aspect was being overlooked. This was not a trend till, if you look at before pre-IT, era, and so recently, lot of all the large companies.
Stress has been
The stress
laid
is
on this.
being taken care of now that they are considering that it's a very important factor of the productivity aspect of the person, and then it is getting handled well.
Okay. The VUCA world, right? A concept that was evolved from the US Military Army War College and has been evolving ever since the acronym was coined in 1987 and has been used in strategy making within organizations. Would you think the world today is more VUCA than ever?
Yes, and I think it's a good thing to do, good thing to be also.
Okay.
So what happens, right? See, if you don't have the ambiguity or the challenges, things would not improve. So VUCA gives you that opportunity to improvise further. Innovation is the outcome of VUCA. So business clarity, right? How clear is your business in what it wants to do? What are the principles that it is running on? Plus ethics, right? If you don't have proper ethics in place, suddenly something will happen and your company falls down. So if you look at Satyam's case itself, I was part of that company.
Right.
So somewhere that ethics part went missing, and it created a huge impact on the running business. Right. So VUCA is like, unless this set of challenges keep coming, you don't get this reality check, and things would not move in the right manner. So innovation, ethics, principles, all these are outcomes of VUCA, which is very positive thing. I think this will further strengthen the basis of good companies. True. And again, this has a good effect on the slowness of the economy that you call, because what happens is periodically this keeps hitting, right? The unfair business practices, let's say, or risks which are not considered while running a business, when they surface, that causes the slowdown.
True.
Right? So VUCA is important aspect there also.
Okay. Now, do you see a divide between the millennial workforce and the pre-millennial workforce in the way they approach their tasks?
Yeah, so not majorly. See, in the IT industry, the skill set and the output is pretty much defined. But if you look at functional aspects, right, people working on the functional side, I would say that pre-millennial workforce, the approach to work was different. The millennials workforce, the approach is different, because I think particularly in the Indian context, the setup was different in the way we grew up, and people grew up. They had a lot more struggle for the basics as compared to us, and that same trend continues. So we provide better facilities to our kids.
True. Right? Interesting. So do you think the generation Y is often accused of being an entitled lot? And what's your experience or opinion about that?
Yeah, it is definitely, because see, it's a general thing, right? If you have a jungle or a field and somebody walks the first path and then you create the road there, right? So the person who comes later on that path definitely has a easier way out.
True.
And the good see, it has got both aspects, right? So the initial lot did struggle, but it created path for the next guy. The next guy now has that time and energy to work on something better now. So you are so while you you worked on creating a platform, that platform will be used to create newer things. So it's a good
Yes, true. Okay. On an economic front, what is your general feel on where we are today as India?
Yeah, so we are doing good. So basically, again, India is now very well placed in terms of the potential. So I would not like to get into politics, but then if you look at the developed countries, right, one thing that is very prominently visible there is the trust factor, the honesty. So if you want to start a business, there's a well laid out plan that you follow these things and you can get through. That honesty aspect, I think India lags in the honesty index also. That has to be built, right? So that is one of the key factors, the respect factor, the honesty factor that needs to be built on.